Our goal with this series is to introduce you to our team here at Ames, but not only to our team at Ames, also to some of our favorite clients without whom we wouldn't have a job, and also to some of our great trade partners and professional partners who help us deliver projects on time, on budget, and built right. So today we're here with one of our own, Chris Gonzalez. Chris has been with Ames for almost 2 years now, coming up on 2 years, and
Correct.
he's one of our fine project managers, which a lot of people may not know exactly what that means, and we're going to get into that a little bit today, into some of the finer points of what you do. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, your family,
Sure.
and what led you to pursue a career in construction.
Sure. Again, my name's Chris Gonzalez. I'm married. I have a wife named Luann and 2 kids, Aiden and Isabella, 14 and 11.
All right.
And they keep me very busy. I graduated from Lancaster Career and Technology Center in architectural studies and am a certified CAD operator. I also attended Thaddeus Stevens and graduated in 2001.
Okay.
And in the architectural studies. I've always loved drawing as a kid and designing things, and thought that would be something that I would enjoy. I thought I was going to be an architect.
Okay.
But I quickly realized that I liked more the management side of it as well.
So did you go right from Thaddeus Stevens right into construction? And how long have you been in construction, actually?
Yeah, I started working in construction when I was in high school. I worked for Gerald Martin, doing drywall and stucco and drive it.
Out in the field?
Out in the field, correct. And then from there, I went directly into Thaddeus. And while I was there, I worked in an architectural firm.
Okay.
Actually, I started working at the architectural firm when I was at Lancaster Career and Technology Center. So I'd go to school in the morning, work at the architectural firm in the afternoon. And that was Reese Lauer, Patrick and Scott Architects.
Oh, sure.
And I was there for probably almost 2 years. Probably 2 years, exactly. And then from there, I ended up working at High Concrete in the engineering department, drafting parking garages and other precast buildings. Yeah, and that was my career all the way up through to today. I've worked for several different companies. Worked out in the Midwest for a development company called Loft Property Group. Worked there for almost 3 years and decided it was time to come home.
Okay.
I was involved in the layoff in the mid 2010 when the economy was suffering, and was able to come back home. And again, I worked for another precaster, doing parking garages and medical office buildings, hospitals, the Pennsylvania Convention Center, among some of the few jobs that I've done.
So you graduated from Thaddeus Stevens, you said in 2001?
2001.
Wow. And so it's crazy how long ago that is. Chris looks like a very young man, and yet is sitting here with 20 plus years of experience in the construction industry.
Correct.
Which at Ames means you're just getting started, because we got a lot of guys with even a lot more than that.
Yes.
But 20 years. How did you end up as a project manager at Ames?
So I was working for another company in Denver as an estimator for line striping and signage, and knew that it was time for me to go back to my roots. Was looking for a job I think I was there about 2 years before I started looking for another job. I wanted to be there for some time, show stability and such. But started looking and saw Ames was hiring, so I went through the interview process. I think I was among 2 of the last finals for that position, and I did not get it at the time, which ended up being a blessing in disguise. We had a family need with my father at the time, and I really needed to be with him. So it was very timely that I didn't get the job at the time because at the time I worked a mile away from my parents, less than a mile away from my parents.
Okay.
So I was able to be with my dad when he was going through some health needs. And it was 9 months later I got a phone call from Ames asking if I was still looking for a job. And I was. And it was timely. My dad was released to go back to work. And it was time for me to start looking again. And I didn't even have to look. They called me. And I had the job within a few weeks. And so that would have been July of 2019.
So you came on with Ames, you're a project manager. Now, many people outside of the construction industry may not know what a project manager exactly does. I mean, it sounds self-explanatory, but it's not really. And it can even mean different things from company to company. So in the commercial construction world of Ames Construction, what's a typical day? What does a project manager do?
Start off my day going through my Outlook, checking my emails, and prioritizing what needs to be addressed immediately. And that's pretty much how I address all my projects. And basically it's communication.
Yeah.
Is very key.
Yeah.
Communication with my superintendents, my subs, the owners, and whoever's my vendors or suppliers as needed.
So you mentioned your superintendents. They're the folks who are out on the actual job site.
Correct.
You have a number of specific jobs you're handling all at one time, but you're working out of the main office, coordinating between, again, tell me again, who all are you working with?
I'm working with my superintendent. I'm working with all my subcontractors in every trade at the time. So you could have your site contractor, you could have your finishers, you could have your stud wall guy, you could have concrete guy, you could have masonry guy, roofing guy. You could have all those pieces. So you're coordinating who's on site and who will be on site in the next few weeks. So I do hold weekly job meetings.
Okay.
Those weekly job meetings, I request that whoever's going to be on site currently or on site in the next 2 weeks to be at that meeting in order to coordinate what's coming up.
So you're not out there every day, but at least once a week.
At least
typically.
once a week.
You're also working with the owner or the person who's buying the project. Is that right?
Correct. It's either the owner or the liaison between the owner. So I work directly for them or with them on the project, communicating either on a daily or at least on a weekly basis.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have a lot of people to keep happy.
Correct.
Yeah. A lot of interests that you're overseeing.
That's right. Yes, a lot of relationships.
Yeah. So you have to rely quite a bit on the folks you're working with your subs, with your superintendent on site.
Yeah, it's very much a team effort between me and everybody that works on my team. I love the relationships that I build. I love seeing what I've done and being able to drive past something and say, hey, I helped build that. You know, like I told you, my previous jobs, I helped on the Pennsylvania Convention Center.
Yeah.
So every time we go to Philly,
right,
I'll say to my wife and my kids, like, hey, Dad built that.
Right.
And then they'll be like, Dad, how many times are you going to tell us this? But you take a certain...
Every time we go by,
and you take a certain pride in your job, and I take my job very seriously, and I take very much pride in what I do.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I've been blessed by Ames to build the two closest buildings here to the office right now, which is Ephrata Crossings, the east and the west side. It was a little intimidating to have to drive past them every day, and every employee drive past it. And
really.
those were literally my first projects here. But I'm very proud of them. They turned out great. And what made it great was building a relationship with my subs, with the owner, and with my superintendent, whoever. I've had 2 different superintendents on the job, and being able to be a team and to accomplish something that's on time, on budget, and the customer is extremely happy with it.
Yeah, for those of you who may not know what Chris is talking about, Ephrata Crossing is just here on the east side of Ephrata, just right across Route 322 from where Ames' office is located. And it's it's more than 2 new buildings. It's a number of new buildings. that include just a bunch of different retail places, restaurants. We got Panera, AT&T, Aspen Dental, Chipotle,
Jersey Mike's,
Supercuts,
Yeah.
and some places that are yet to be filled.
Sure.
And they're beautiful buildings,
Yes.
just really, really neat. So if you drive by those, if you get to Ephrata and you see those, you'll know that those are Chris's projects.
That's right.
Tell me about Ames in particular. You said your favorite job, your part of your job is the relationships you're building. What's your favorite thing about working at Ames?
I've never felt like I've been on an island where I have to do everything by myself. Or if I have an issue or I need advice or I need some help, I just have to ask. We're all a team, and it was made very clear to me when I came on board that to use my resources. And my resources is everybody in this company. We all work together for the common goal. And I really appreciate that. It makes coming to work even better. You know, that we're all a team.
Yeah.
And it's very much a team atmosphere here. I've had so many stinker jobs over my years because when I graduated college, it was when the economy was up and down and up and down.
Okay.
So I was laid off many times in my career because of the economy.
Yeah.
And every job that I would get, I learned quickly how to put out fires because when I got there, I had to put out somebody else's mistakes. And so coming here to Ames, I didn't have to fill in for somebody else's mistakes. I started a brand new job and I was able to start and finish it. And in whatever fires that were there were fires that I could recognize fairly quickly and put them out. And I'm pretty good at sniffing out a fire that might be coming and trying to alleviate that fire very quickly. And if there is a fire, I can put it out fairly quickly. And I'm pretty proud of that. And it took a lot of years of experience to get me to that point.
Yeah, to be able to see those things as they're developing or before they happen. Even.
Correct. And so I know how to handle those for the most part. And if I'm not quite sure, again, we're a team here.
Yeah.
So I can go back to my boss or to any other project manager and say, hey, how would you handle this? And be able to decipher what is the best tactic to take care of the situation.
We talked a little bit about building projects on time, on budget, built right. You know, and it sounds really good. I don't think I shouldn't say that. People may not realize how difficult that is, those three things. Can you talk about the challenges of getting that right? And, you know, like what are some of the tough stuff you run into?
One of the biggest hurdles is personalities. You have all different types of personalities coming from different trades. And probably your strongest personality may be your owner. And they need to be priority. It is they own it.
Right.
It's their project. And you want to make sure that they're comfortable with the team and with us. After that, it's making sure that all the subs are playing well and fair together, and making sure that they're all on board for the project and they're part of the team. And I always try to make people understand that we're a team. We're going to start strong and we're going to end strong, and it benefits us all.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
And I'm a real big proponent of building relationships. I'm good at it, and when the job's done, I know that I'll have subs that are going to work with me again, and I know that I'll have made a good relationship with the owner.
Yeah.
And that's very important to me, because at the end of the day, it's our customers that need to be happy with us,
Right.
because word of mouth travels fast.
Yeah. So you've talked a little bit about, you know, what you want to see on a job, how you want a team to work together and really delivering for the owner. Anything else you'd say, like how do you measure the success of a project?
I got to go to, did we complete with and represent our core values? So our core values is integrity, commitment, service, and relationships. So did we complete with that in mind? Did we complete that with success? The second is the customer happy, because if we met our commitments, we represented our core values as a company, If we've done our job,
Mm-hmm.
our customer will be happy.
Hmm.
And then lastly, it might not be last to Ames, but did we meet our budget or better?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I gauge my projects.
Mm-hmm. Ultimately, we do want our customers to be happy, but we also have to earn a living while we're doing it.
Correct.
And do it efficiently and meet our budgets.
Yeah.
Our industry is very price driven. We've talked about that just even a bit ago. Aside from a competitive bid, if someone's looking for a commercial contractor, what else? Why would they consider Ames? Why would we be a good choice for them, in your opinion?
Sure. Well, I think it goes back to our core values.
Mm-hmm.
We're a company of integrity.
Mm-hmm.
We're a company that strives to meet our commitments. We're a company of service, to be able to serve our customers to the capacity that we have agreed to.
Mm-hmm.
And we're about building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's what the customer's looking for, then Ames is the company for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chris, this is really good just to get a glimpse into what you do. We have a team of project managers at Ames, and I, knowing all of you, I see, even what I see in you is just a level of calm and a level of just being on top of things. Not easily rattled, making it happen one step at a time. Mm-hmm. And you've been doing a great job for Ames.
Thank you.
And running a lot of jobs at one time and running them well. And we really appreciate all that work. Just to get a little more glimpse into who you are. When you're not working, what do you love to do?
Oh, I love being with my family.
Yeah?
I'm a family man. I love my kids, love my wife,
Uh-huh.
my immediate family. I'm a Gonzalez.
Okay.
So we have a very large family.
Okay.
So I love being with my cousins,
Okay.
my aunts and uncles. We're a very, very close family.
Uh-huh.
Love going to the mountains. I love music. I lead worship.
Uh-huh.
I play drums and I play guitar.
Uh-huh.
My son is taking after his dad.
Okay.
So I enjoy listening to my son play music.
Uh-huh.
And it makes me very proud.
Uh-huh.
And then I love to grill and smoke food.
Okay.
And it's become quite the passion. And
Nice.
I'm pretty good at
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to prove that to me here coming up.
I can definitely do that. Yeah, if you can ask some of the other project managers and people in the office that have tasted some of my grillings.
Nice.
But yes, I love to smoke.
Well, again, thanks for all your work. Thanks for your time with us today.
Sure.
Just wish you nothing but the best as you continue to run jobs well as a project manager at Ames.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes.